Hi everybody, this is Terry from Remnants of a Texas Craft Room, and what I want to ramble about today is this pillow that I made. I know normally I'm talking about card making, but today I'm going to talk about a new love that I have called needle felting. And if you've heard of needle felting before, you are a step ahead of me. About a week and a half ago, a friend showed me how to needle felt, and I just fell in love with the craft. I always love the way felt looks, and I love the way wool looks on craft projects. I did not know there was an entire world waiting for me to discover it, and I have discovered it. So what I made is a really simple pillow, and with $10 worth of supplies you can make a lot of these pillows. And these pillows would really be good for a teacher. They would be good for, you know, you got to take that $10 present to a church function or a work function. And this would make a really nice pillow. You can make it for a couple of dollars, and you would really have a good present. Let me show you what needle felting is, and then I'll show you what I did. What needle felting is, you need some supplies. And supplies you will need are some felting needles. And these are different kind of needles. They have little barbs on the end, and kind of like little fish hooks, and whenever you pounce into the felt from one piece of felt to the other, you're taking tiny little fibers and you're pushing, like right here I'd be taking these green fibers and I'm pushing them down into the red fiber, and they mesh together and they can't pull apart. So you will make this without any thread, and you will make it without any adhesive at all. Now this, to make the pillow, I did use thread to put my pillow together, but for this right here I did not use anything. You'll need the needles, and you can get these at Hobby Lobby, Walmart, no I'm sorry, not Walmart, Hobby Lobby or Joann's or Michael's. You can use your 40% coupon on them. You'll also need a piece of foam, which is what I have here, and this foam is 2 inches thick, and it's it's 14 by 14, and it was $5 at Hobby Lobby. I used a 40% coupon, got it even cheaper. And then you're going to need some felt, and what I used here on my pillow was I used some regular craft felt. There's some very nice felt you can get, some wool felt. It's just really nice, but I'm a real beginner, and this video is for beginners only. I am at a beginner level, so I can't show you anything other than that. So what I suggest you get is just get some craft felt until you're really comfortable with it, then go out and spend a lot of money. And I think I gave 34 cents for 2 pieces of craft felt, and then another 34 cents for the felt in which I cut these out. Now I did use my Tim Holtz die for this. If you're a card maker, you probably have some dies that work perfect for this. Do your Cuttlebug. I use my Fuse, but whatever your die cutting machine is, that's why I use these. But you could easily trace these out. If you got them off the line, you could trace them out. I have another die inside this die, which is a repositional window shaped die that says love and wish, but they could also be solid. They would not, this specialty would not need to be cut. You could just do it solid, would be really nice. So once you have your pattern and decide what you want to do, let me show you. There's what you start with right there. And so I have my regular piece. I think it's 11.5 by 12, about the size of, a little bit bigger than a piece of paper. And then I have my pattern. And I liked this right here, the way this pillow looked, but I thought it needed something here. So I'm going to put some leaves on the bottom here. And I'm going to put some little pom-poms, which are like these, on so they will look like a little berries. But you don't have to. I think the pillow, it looks really pretty just with those 2 things on it. You could also put tassels. You could elaborate as much as you want. But for this demonstration, this is how we're going to do it. I'll show you basically what you do. Is I want these fibers to go in, so I'm going to pull. I have 2 needles here, and you can tell here you're going to get a fine and a coarse. I took my fine and I put a little piece of red tape on it, so I would know that's my fine. And so when I pulled it out, I would know which one I was using. Now this thing is very, very sharp. It has these little barbs on it. You get that jammed into your finger. You may have to take a trip to the hospital to get it out. I have poked myself with this thing, accidentally of course. Very sharp, very painful. So keep your fingers out of the way. So I got a piece of my felt here, and I'm going to get a needle here, and I'm going to hold it down like that. And if I just can't not put my finger down, I'm going to use this as where I would normally put my finger. And all you do is you just pounce around your design. And after I get some of this pounced in, I'll turn it over and show you how the fibers look on the other side. Now, if you like the look of wool and felt, I always like that texture. And so if you like that, then this is the craft for you. They also have a needle felting machine that will do a lot of this for you. It's a couple $100, maybe about $300. I think if I got good enough at this and thought I would make a lot of projects, I think I would buy the $300 machine. I think it would be fun. But this is a lot of fun too. Now, this is not a craft that you will do while you're watching TV, because you can't look up and watch the TV while you're pouncing this thing. You will definitely get it in your hand. So what I'm doing is I'm just going around the edges, just so it'll stick. Okay, I got it what I wanted. I'm just going to go around the edges. Now, they have another handheld needle that has 5 needles to it. That's really, I'll show you that in just a second. This one is too much to use it there. It will just move these. I need it a little bit finer. But I'll use it on the leaves. Okay, I've got that down. And I'll show you. When you turn it over, see how the green, the fibers have come through. And when I get the whole front done, I'll turn it over and I'll pounce on the back, and that'll take the red and mesh it into the green, and it'll be even adhere it even more. Okay, and when you pick it up, this will not fall off. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing here. I'm going to pin it, and then I'm just going to go around the edges. And of course, that would probably do, I would probably do a whole lot more to that, but just for the video, you get what I'm doing, and you've just got to do it. And I guess at some point you can needle it too much, so you'll just know when the look is adherent as tightly as you want it. And I'm going to hold this down here, and I'm just going to poke it so it can attach itself. Same thing with the S, just so it can attach itself. And the H, just hold it down so it doesn't pull itself back up. And then that's all you do. And you just go around and around. Uh-oh, there's a piece of felt I didn't get off, so we'll pull that out. And any of your dies will work. Your thin wafer dies don't work as well, but you can. I have used some Spellbinder thin wafer dies, and they work fine. The ones that work better are the steel case dies, like I just showed you. Let me pull this up and show you how it's attached. Okay. Now, on the leaves, because they're bigger and not so delicate, you can use this little tool, and this is made by Clover, and you can buy this at Hobby Lobby, Joann's, or Michael's. Also use your 40% coupon. It has 5 needles, very, very sharp. That's why it has this guard on it, thank goodness. And you can do the same thing. You just hold down, and then see how much faster it attaches? Yeah, because it's not as delicate. And so you can do it. They also, the machine, like I said, would go a lot faster. Now, after I got this where I wanted it to attach, I would still go with my, and I would go around on the very edges so it wouldn't lift up. And you're going to do this until it does. See how that lifts up right there? You want to go over that. You don't want it to lift up. And when you got it to where it doesn't lift up, then you're done. Okay, and we'll go over this. And you just pounce and pounce and pounce until you get it. And all you're doing is making those fibers attached to each other. Now, you can still pull this off if you wanted to. Now, if you pounce it so much, there will be a point of no return in which you can't take it off without ripping it. But at one point, I have not done this too much. I could probably pull it back off if let's say I wanted to move it up 1/4 of an inch. I could still do that. See the back? How the fibers have come through, and now they're attaching themselves like that, and you can't pull them apart. Okay? I'm going to do this one, and then we're going to put the pillow together. Now, I have made 4 pillows with different designs, and I'm going to make videos on those. And it's going to be the same. It's just different design, but the same concept. But I'm going to go ahead and make some videos, put them on my blog. You might get some ideas to make some. Now, this needle is very, very fragile. If you go in like that and turn it like that, you're going to pop that needle and break it. I've already broke one. They're very delicate, but as long as you're going up and down, they do fine. But if you do bend it, it will break. And they are about, I think at Joann's or Hobby Lobby, I gave $7 for them. And then of course I used a coupon on top of that, so they were about $3 probably, $3 or $4. Okay, there you go. Now, if you turn it over, you can see it will not come off. Now I would, of course, but because we're doing this on film, I'm not going to go through it, make you see me felt this entire thing. But I would take my thing and I would go on every edge and make sure all my edges are down. Okay, so be sure and do that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add some things, and I want to put some bows. As you can see here, I've got some bows. Now these bows I'm going to add with felt glue. Now, if this is something you know is going to be used and roughed up, then you could go ahead and use a needle and thread and attach your bows. I'm not going to. These are attached very well for what I'm doing. They're not going to come off. Okay, and this is made to adhere to felt. Okay, so we're going to put just a little piece of glue. It's a little bit of glue on each end. Okay, and we got some pre-tied bows. And I'm just going to attach those right there. And then this one right here. Okay. Now what I'm going to do with my ribbon is I'm also going to glue it. But if you want to stitch it, you certainly can. And this glue will dry clear, so you won't be able to see it. I'm just going to put a little line right there. Okay. And I'm just going to put my ribbon. Now, when I glue my ribbon, when I get done and I get ready to do my seams, I'm going to cut the ribbon off. Okay. And I'm just going to put a little piece right there. Okay. But you can tell here, once I did the stitch over the ribbon, I cut the ribbon off. But you could extend it however you like. You could put bows on the end. I mean, it's just like a card. You can do whatever. And speaking of cards, wouldn't it be adorable if you gave somebody this pillow and you made them a card that matched? See, the same die cut can cut paper, and you get some red cardstock, and you can make a card to match your pillow. Wouldn't that be adorable? Okay, so we got all that on there. Now we're going to attach, and what I have here is just some pom-pom ribbon, and this is some garland, and it's got some metal in it, so I'm just going to cut it. This has got a little wire in it, so I'm going to just cut it, and I'm going to do 3. I'm going to trim that wire ribbon right off there. And I use these because they were small. If you had some pom-poms, you could make some pom-poms and do the same thing. I'm just using these because they're really small, and they just work perfect. So I'm going to put me a little bit of glue. Now I'm doing this, of course, after I'm done with my needle felting. So I know it has been felted and needled as long as I need it to before I start putting all this stuff on there. Okay, and there's our ribbon, and there's our little berries. Okay. Now what you're going to do, now that you're done, is you're going to take just another piece of felt, which is the same size this felt is, and you're just going to set it on top. Now what's great about this is there's no front or back, and because it's felt, it will not unravel, so you don't have to hem it. Okay, so basically what I did is I took it and I hemmed up 3 sides. I hemmed here, here, and here. And then this was open, and then I stuffed it with my fiber fill, and then I just pinned it together, put it on my sewing machine, and sewed it right like that, and straightened up my fiber fill. That's all I did. No hemming, nothing. And I just went on the seam allowance. This is about a 1/2 inch seam allowance. You could do as much as you want. But I just went on my, there's a guard on my sewing machine, so I just hit it at a 1/2 inch, and there you go. And that's all you have to do. And so you're just going to sew it up here. You're going to sew this one, and this is going to be open. You're going to stub it with some fiber fill. You're going to pin this and then run your seam right along here. And as you see, I crossed my seams. I ran from top to bottom and made a little X there. Okay? And that's all you have to do. And you have a really cute pillow. I love needle felting. Let me show you another pillow that I made. This is another pillow that I made of needle felting. It's a little more elaborate, and so I will do a video on how I did this because it's not hard at all. Very simple, same concept as this. It just took a little more time consuming, so as soon as I get it down to where I can do it in a 10-minute, 15-minute video, I will do it. But this is a really easy pillow to make too. Same concept. I needle felted it, then I did 3 sides, stuffed it, and made my pillow. And this would be an adorable pillow. I have an important date on here, so it would be good for a wedding or an important date. You could do that for somebody. Okay. Well, I hope you enjoyed needle felting. I hope you enjoyed my trip through needle felting. I'm going to do a couple videos on this, and then I'll get back to card making. But I really, really am excited about this medium, especially right here at Christmas. There's so much you can do. There's lots and lots of videos on YouTube that talk about needle felting. So please, if you're interested in this, go ahead and go to YouTube and start just watching lots of videos. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so very much. And if you get a chance, please stop by my blog, which is ramblingsofatexascraftroom.blogspot.com, and see what else we're rambling about over there. I appreciate you. Thank you, guys. Bye.